Hello and welcome to Miami Dolphins football here on the Samurai Radio Sports Network. We bring you Sunday night football action here on Prime Time Sunday, where the Miami Dolphins are going to go against the Oakland Raiders for the first Sunday night football game here in Hard Rock Stadium. As you guys know, Derek Carr, who is out with an injury, will not be available for the game. So it is E.J. Manuel, the former Bill, starting for the Oakland Raiders. As for the Miami Dolphins, you have Jimmy Garoppolo, who had 5 touchdowns and no interceptions for 400-plus yards last week against the Baltimore Ravens when they led a 17-point comeback to win in Baltimore on Thursday Night Football. As you guys know, he was brought in from the Patriots for 2 first rounds as well as a second. Your starting running back today is Tevin Coleman, as Jay Ajayi is still nursing an injury. And the backup to Coleman will be Kenyon Drake. Your backup quarterbacks are both Brandon Doughty and Brad Kaya, as the Dolphins decide to roll in with 3 quarterbacks for this game. Dolphins waiting to get the game going as Andrew Franks is set to kick off. The Dolphins won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. The Miami Dolphins will get primetime football kicked off soon, underway here. As you guys see, the Atlanta Falcons won 32-23 against Carolina. But the next week of Dolphins football is underway here as Amari Cooper is back at the 5, ready to return. He's going to take it out to the 25, probably get to around the 30. They'll mark him at the 29-yard line. And in will come the former Bill, E.J. Manuel. E.J. Manuel with 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 641 yards, and 54.4 completion percentage since taking over for Derek Carr 3 weeks ago when he was injured. He does have a good offensive line, though. The 3 main men there are Kaleki Osemele, Rodney Hudson. And then you have Amari Cooper. Jalen Richard is your starting running back as Marshawn Lynch is out with an injury. Cameron Wake, Ndamukong Suh, Devon Gottschalk gets to start today, as well as Charles Harris over there on that left side. Then you have Raekwon McMillan, who's been the middle linebacker for the Miami Dolphins, the rookie, in, as well as Lawrence Timmons. And then you have Xavier Howard, Jabril Peppers, T.J. McDonald, who's back from a suspension, and Tony Lipp. And the notable actors, Jay Ajayi, Cole Meese, Ted Larson, Layman Barrow, and as you guys know, Ryan Tannehill, who are out. But Tannehill should be back soon, estimated 4 weeks recovery left. So 1st and 10 at the 29. Manuel's going to drop back to pass. He's looking, big rush. Going to get that off to Helfet, his tight end. And he'll get to the 39-yard line. So 1 completion already for E.J. Manuel. 1st and 15 after a delay of game. E.J. Manuel dropping back to pass. He's looking. Going to fire. That one is going to be dropped by Michael Crabtree. Him and Amari Cooper both have a history of dropping passes. We'll see what happens today. 2nd and 15 now at the 34-yard line. Manuel going to fake the handoff on a play action. Looking, fires. This one deep. That one over Raekwon McMillan's head. And it looked like Jabril Peppers had a chance at a pick. That one was just lofted up there, but unable to make the play. That one 44 yards downfield. Now handoff to Jalen Richard, and he'll be stopped quickly that time by Lawrence Timmons, who's been a very, very productive player for the Miami Dolphins since coming over from the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2nd and 11, 3 seconds to hike the ball, and they'll do a draw to Richard. Richard will run into his own man and only get a gain of a couple. So 3rd and 8 at the 19. Richard in the backfield. You have Andre Roberts as the slot man. E.J. Manuel dropping back to pass, unloads, fires out 1 to Jared Cook, but not going to get the first down. Jabril Peppers, nice job making the tackle there. So a 4th and 3, and Sebastian Janikowski, the left-footed wonder, 1st-round pick out of Florida State, is going to look to put this one in. Hold, kick is good, and no penalty there. So it will be a 3-0 lead for the Oakland Raiders. Taking just about roughly 4 minutes, but here comes Jimmy Garoppolo.
From the poplar trees, from the poplar trees.
Jimmy Garoppolo, as you guys know, did a great job last week filling in for the injured Ryan Tannehill. Laramie Tunsil, Isaac Asiata, Marshall Yana, and Jack Conklin in there. You have Devontae Parker, Kenyon Drake, Tevin Coleman, Julius Thomas, and Jarvis Landry. They're going up against a very good defense. You have Mario Edwards and Jihad Ward, who have been playing very, very well, as well as Aldon Smith and, of course, Khalil Mack, the 2 really good outside linebackers. When you got the rookie wonder from last year, Carl Joseph, as well as Sean Smith and David Emerson. Sean Smith getting older, but still showing he can ball. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Miami Dolphins and Jimmy Garoppolo. He's going to run a screen to Jarvis Landry, and that one is going to go for a loss of 4. I know Dolphins fans really hate seeing those screens, but sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. 2nd and 14 at the 21-yard line. McCaffrey is the slot man. Dropping back to pass is Garoppolo. He's looking, fires at Julius Thomas, who catches it. Nice grab there by Julius Thomas. He was finding his stride finally with the Dolphins under Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. Last week had a pretty productive game, but hoping to find more out of him, as although we did give up Brandon Albert in exchange of sevenths, you want to see more out of someone who was hyped up to be very good under Adam Gase. So as we wait for the next play, you see that we want Julius Thomas to be that vertical threat. Now a 5 wide out set for Garoppolo, feeling the confidence. He's got a 5-man rush, 1 man coming free, fires, and that one very inaccurate off to the left, trying to find McCaffrey. Tevin Coleman in the backfield. Looks like there's going to be a safety blitz off to that left side. Garoppolo calls for it, but no one is going to be. Oh, well, Tevin Coleman actually breaks free, though, but no one accounted for Khalil Mack over there, so he was able to break free, but a nice job by Tevin Coleman. Third down, Kenyon Drake in the backfield, unloading. Now Garoppolo's going to run. He's going to get about to the 35 and slide down at the 33-yard line after a gain of 15. So Garoppolo saw what happened with Tannehill. Even though it was a sack, he doesn't want to risk it. He wants to slide down. We are in primetime football. First and 10 at the 33. Garoppolo going to try to run a screen again, this time to Jarvis Landry again. And Landry going to get tackled quickly. He had some space, but the block just kind of didn't hold up. If the block did hold, that one could have gone for a touchdown. Would have been a pretty big one for the Dolphins here today. Second and 16. Garoppolo jogging back to pass. He's looking, fires that one off to Christian McCaffrey. And that one is going to get to the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play. Third and 9 at the 32-yard line. And no huddle. Jimmy Garoppolo jogging back to pass. He's looking, fires that one to Christian McCaffrey again. Oh, he gets tripped up. It looked like he was ready to make a move there. But Jimmy Garoppolo able to find his man. Christian McCaffrey getting tackled, though. This one to Coleman again. Coleman stumbles over his own man. That was Isaac Asiata, the guard who pulled. He made a great block, but just couldn't get out of the way. That one could have gone for a touchdown. Once again to Coleman, who isn't able to get anything. And last week, the big thing was that the run game wasn't going well with Coleman. So you want to see some flashes today, as Kenyon Drake has been showing starting potential. Garoppolo jogging back to pass again. Looking, he has a wide field in front of him. Garoppolo slides right before the touchdown, wanting to save his bacon. I'm sure that was a smart slide by Garoppolo. Don't risk your body. Take the slide and try to punch it in. Second and goal now at the 1. Coleman in the backfield. They'll toss it off to Coleman. Coleman looking for a block, but he beats the edge. Tevin Coleman scores a touchdown for the Miami Dolphins on the opening drive. That is the 19th rushing touchdown for the Dolphins this season. Absolutely insane. The Dolphins have been playing very, very well in the run game. Since Jay Ajayi went down, it's been a little difficult, but we're hoping that Tevin Coleman can find his stride during today's game, because we do need him to be able to produce. So, a 13-play, 80-yard drive took 6 minutes and 54 seconds. And now they give the ball back to the Oakland Raiders, and it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line for E.J. Manuel. He's got Jalen Richard in the backfield. Cordero Patterson is the slot man. He'll hand it off to Richardson, and Richardson fumbles, and that one was T.J. McDonald. And oh my God, Charles Harris the 5, and he gets in. A stumble on words there, but T.J. McDonald saves a possible touchdown, as really, if Jalen Richard was able to get around him, he could have been gone for a yard. He has very good speed. Forced a fumble. Ball went in the air, no doubt about it. Picked up by the rookie Charles Harris, and he's able to go in for 6. And now it is a 14-3 game, just like that. Very, very interesting. And you see T.J. McDonald. We've been harping about how much we've missed him during his suspension. He comes back, and on just his second drive, makes a huge play for a fumble that went for a touchdown. The first one, he almost had a pick. Second drive, gets a huge fumble there. Great job. Now the blitz coming in. Raekwon McMillan's going to get a hit, but not going to get the sack. He'll get a half sack, as Jamie Collins got in there for the sack. You see New Orleans destroying Tampa Bay 37-6. And then Denver beating Philadelphia 27-19 for their second win of the season. Second and 19, E.J. Manuel drawing back to pass again. He's looking, pressure coming, fires. That one could have been picked off. Bounces off of the heels of Xavier Howard and ends up in the air. But No one able to get to it. So it's going to be a 3rd and 19 at the 35-yard line. E.J. Manuel drawing back to pass. He's looking. Has some time. Has some more time. He's looking. He's going to rush. Lost one up, and that one is just a little too far in front of Jalen Richard. Great coverage by the rookie Cordea Tankersley as he was all over Richard. So even that ball was accurate. Throwing off the side of his body, really wasn't able to get there. And like I said, Tevin Coleman, 117 rushes, 502 yards, and 7 touchdowns. But that was being the backup running back. Now with the starter, he's having to adjust to his role. 3rd and 11 at the 19. Garoppolo drawing back to pass. He's looking, has a man down the middle, fires, but that one's way too ahead and intercepted by Sean Smith. He makes a man miss. That was Julius Thomas. Makes another one. That was Anthony Fasano. And Sean Smith is just a living legend in terms of the fact that he can still cover at his old age. Loses some speed, but can cover. Jalen Richard now gonna, oh my God, fumbles the ball, and no one picks it up. Jabril Peppers hit him for the 2nd fumble of the night, but no one able to get there. End of the first quarter, Miami Dolphins up 14-3. We'll catch you after this break. So the Miami Dolphins leading 14-3 here in sunny Miami, Florida. Miami Gardens, to be specific, here at Hard Rock Stadium. For you guys who haven't been to the stadium, I suggest you come and check it out. This place is outstanding. 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line. E.J. Manuel has Jalen Richard in his backfield. John back to Paso, looking, fires, finds, and that's a touchdown. Going for the hard hit there was T.J. McDonald. He did miss, but if he landed that, I think Cook could have been in for a rude awakening. Ready for the PAT is Janikowski, who puts it up, and he's almost Mr. Automatic, just like Justin Tucker. And that one will bring the game within 4, just like that. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. You got Coleman in the backfield for Garoppolo. And you have the tight end, which is Julius Thomas. Slot receiver is Christian McCaffrey. Awaiting the snap here, and Garoppolo drawing back to pass. Looking, fires. Oh! Gonna get sacked there, and Garoppolo is holding his shoulder after a Mario Edwards sack. And he is in pain. He is on the floor in pain. And you see trainers rushing to him. We'll see what happens here. He's on the sideline with his helmet on, so something must be okay. But it looked like he was in immense pain. So Brad Kaya will come in. It's a 3rd and 5. And Kaya going to drop back to pass. He's looking, fires, and not able to find because he's going to get sacked by Khalil Mack. And we're awaiting the final injury report here for Jimmy Garoppolo, but it looks like it's a dislocated shoulder, and he will not return for today's game. So it is going to be Brad Kaya the rest of the way tonight. You got to think that the Raiders are going to feast on him. 1st and 10 at the 12, and rush coming. Rush is coming still. E.J. Manuel trying to get away, throws, fires. That one not caught. Lawrence Timmons, if he was just a little bit faster, a little bit younger, still has some of his speed, he would have for sure caught Manuel there, who isn't fast himself. 2nd and 10 now at the 12. E.J. Manuel going to run the screen. And Ndamukong Suh read that as well as the linebackers. And E.J. Manuel going to get sacked by Charles Harris. The ball's on the ground. And Ndamukong Suh picks it up for a Miami Dolphins touchdown. Charles Harris makes his 2nd great play of the night. And that is his 10th sack of his rookie season here in week number 9. And what a job by Charles Harris. First, he has the fumble recovery for a touchdown. And this time, sacks Manuel in the end zone. And Ndamukong Suh, who was chasing behind him, is able to come up with the fumble recovery. If it wasn't recovered, it would have been ball down at the 1 due to the fact that he was overextended. But Ndamukong Suh gets it, and this kick is blocked. And someone's got to get him before he picks it up, and they will. Carl Joseph could have taken that yard, made it an 8-point game. But what a play by Charles Harris, and great recognition, as that is the 2nd Dolphins defensive touchdown of the night. They'll probably have to get it done on defense with Kaya as the starter the rest of the way. And Jalen Richard, just as I said that, makes a man miss, makes another man miss. And oh man, Tony Lippett trips over TJ McDonald. Tankersley is chasing, and Tankersley makes a great tackle at the 3-yard line. You see he's pumped up about that one. He has great closing speed and is able to make an extremely great play to stop the touchdown, at least for now. First and goal at the 3, toss, and this one is going to go in the end zone as Mike Cole is not able to get there. So DeAndre Washington able to make that one in, and this kick is up. Like I said, practically automatic every day of the week. So it is a 20-17 game now for the Miami Dolphins. And the offense, they're going to have to get something going here. You see, a long field goal. 4th and 1. Ball at the 45. This kick is up from Andrew Franks. And that one is good. After the 2-minute warning, Andrew Franks takes a long field goal and makes it a 6-point game. So EJ Manuel going to try to run the 2-minute warning here to make a play and almost has Sue off sides. Instead, he's going to drop back to pass. He's looking and gets sacked by Cameron Wake. Cameron Wake, the ageless defensive end, gets a sack and a timeout. EJ Manuel drop back to pass again. Looking, fires. That one's going to be off to Cordero Patterson, and he'll get down before another Dolphins timeout. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line for the Dolphins, and it's Brandon Doughty that's in at quarterback. And Doughty's going to launch this one deep for Devontae Parker, who catches it, but isn't able to come down in bounds. Reggie Nelson able to save a touchdown. 2nd and 10 for Doughty. He's going to play action this one to Kenyon Drake. Rush is coming. Doughty fires this one deep, and it doesn't have the length. And it's picked off by Carl Joseph, who's trying to take this one back. And Joseph gets hit hard by Jack Conklin. And that one will bring us to halftime. The Miami Dolphins up 33-17. We'll catch you after the halftime show. Welcome back here to Miami, Florida. As I did say, the Dolphins elected to defer but did nothing in their opening drive. Ended up punting away the ball to the Raiders. So we pick up on a 2nd and 8, and Manuel hands off to Jalen Richard. And Richard breaks a tackle. That was Lawrence Simmons. And Jalen Richard has yard. He's at the 10, the 5, nothing but green ahead of him. And it looks like the Oakland Raiders might take the lead here, pending the extra point. Just like that, after a punt and a 2-yard run, Jalen Richard takes it to the house, and Sebastian Janikowski gives the Raiders a 1-point lead. 3rd and 12, Doughty still in at quarterback, ball at the 48-yard line, and Doughty drawing back to pass, fires that one to Christian McCaffrey, and he gets tackled by 3 men, but is able to get the first down. 6 receptions, 86 yards. And an awkward formation for the Dolphins. They hand it off to Tevin Coleman, but Coleman makes a man miss, almost breaks off of another tackle, and is able to get the first down. That was an awkward formation. I believe it's called monster formation, and it worked pretty well. 1st and 10 at the 22. Doughty dropping back to pass again, looking, and gets sacked. That time it was Mario Edwards again for his 2.5 sack tonight, his 5th on the season. So that one brings us to a 2nd and 17, but after a good gain, it is a 3rd and 11. Drake in the backfield. Doughty with the 4-man rush, drops back to pass, fires, and that one looks like it's going to be pass interference on the Raiders. And that's exactly what it'll be, pass interference on Jabalo Bartu. And Doughty dropping back to pass, looking, running. He's going to look for the end zone, and he will score. Braden Doughty with the Miami Dolphins touchdown, his first career rushing touchdown in the NFL. And what a better night to do it on than Sunday Night Lights here on Sunday Night Football. The Dolphins going for the extra point to make this a 7-point game. They will drop back to pass with Doughty, and Tunsil can't do his job. There was no one open for Doughty. And in with the sack is Mario Edwards. after some great plays by the Raiders. It's a 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Hand it off to Richard. Richard has some space. Gets tackled by Ndamukong Suh. But Jalen Richard not able to get much done except for that huge run that he had. So those stats, although big, are a little bit bolstered, to be perfectly honest. 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line. EJ Manuel want to drop back to pass. He's looking, has all the time in the world. And he's going to roll, fire, throw, and that one's picked off by Julius Peppers. And Julius Peppers doesn't have the speed that Cordero Patterson does. Had blockers in front of him. He could have taken that one to the house. 1st and 10 at the 20. Dowdy driving back to pass again. Looking, gets sacked, huge. And wow. Bartu sacks Dowdy, and Gase trying to make an adjustment. He looks frustrated that Dowdy went to no huddle, and Gase calls a timeout. Very interesting sequence there. 2nd and 17 at the 13-yard line. Dowdy throws this one to Coleman on the screen. Coleman makes a man miss, breaks one tackle, couldn't get away from the other. And there's another injury on the field. And it looks like this one's a big one. We'll see who it is. And oh my God. Brandon Dowdy is in pain. Looks to be his right leg. The Dolphins' only quarterback left is Brad Kaya. The backup QB for the Dolphins, Jarvis Landry. Used to be Marcus Gray, but now that Marquise Gray is not here anymore, it is Jarvis Landry. Dropping at the pass is Kaya. He fires that one to Julius Thomas, and he gets down at the 38-yard line. So Kaya was subbed out after a subpar performance coming in for Jimmy Garoppolo. And then Dowdy threw an interception late, but was being productive, but gets injured. Kaya driving out to pass, looking, rolling out, fires that one beautifully to Julius Thomas, who breaks a tackle and gets down to the 36-yard line. And that one should run out the time and bring us into the 4th quarter, and it will. So back again with Dolphins football after this break. So the Miami Dolphins leading the Oakland Raiders 29-24 going into the 4th quarter. It is just as exciting, as last week's game, but without the comeback. Kaya rolling, can't find anything. Tries to juke a man, fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Bartu. That's the reason why Kaya was subbed out. Tries to make too much out of what he could do. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 to 13. EJ Manuel dropping back to pass. He's looking, pressure coming, going to fire. That one's going to be picked off by Lawrence Timmons. He threw it right to him. The Dolphins get the ball back after EJ Manuel throws the ball directly to Lawrence Timmons. Mind blown. 1st and 10. Kaya dropping back to pass, fires that one to Jarvis Landry, who gets tackled shoestring wise. Almost had a touchdown there. 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Kaya with a man in the backfield, going to hike the ball. Dropping back to pass, looking, had a man open, but got sacked by Aldon Smith. Kaya had Devontae Parker open, but couldn't get it to him. The field goal for Andrew Franks is up and good. Franks, who's been the best kicker in football this season, continues his stretch. Almost got cut in the preseason after some poor play, but was able to make the roster and has proven very valuable for the Dolphins. 2nd and 10 to 25. EJ Manuel driving back to pass. Looking, gets sacked by Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh is the monster that the Dolphins have always needed on defense. And with the new coaching staff and a new regime, he's shown his true power on this defense. 3rd and 20. EJ Manuel driving back to pass. Suh again hits him, but this time he's able to get the ball out. Raekwon McMillan was in on the flat and almost got the pick there. But you see the big difference between EJ Manuel and Derek Carr. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. EJ Manuel has Jalen Richard in the backfield. Manuel dropping back to pass. He has all the time in the world. Fires that one to Jared Cook, and Cook gets hit hard by TJ McDonald, and he is injured. TJ McDonald is known for hitting the boom stick, the hit stick, laying the boom, whatever you want to call it, on his opponents, and he laid it there. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Dropping back to pass his Manuel once again. He's looking, Looking, can't find anything. Rolling out, gets sacked by Cameron Wake. 2 sacks now for Cameron Wake, the ageless defensive end. I will say that every game until he shows me otherwise. 2nd and 18 at the 46-yard line for the Oakland Raiders. EJ Manuel driving back to pass. He's looking, fires. That one going to be dropped by Michael Crabtree. 3rd and 18 at the 46-yard line. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go. It's only an 8-point game. Very possible to come back. EJ Manuel driving back to pass. Fires. That one is going to be to Clive Walford, who gets hit hard by Jabril Peppers, but able to hold on. So it's a 1st and 10 now at the 28-yard line. It's only an 8-point game. 3 minutes and 5 seconds by the time they snap this ball. And EJ Manuel driving back to pass. He's looking, fires that one over the head of one. Lawrence Timmons, it's picked up and trying to run with it is Tony Lippett. And don't mind the Madden glitch. There's no safety there. But that is another forced fumble by TJ McDonald. Glad to have you back. 3rd and 9 at the 21. The Dolphins just going to run down this clock, give it off to Kenyon Drake. And he's not able to make anything of it. So it looks like they're going to have to give the ball back to the Oakland Raiders. 2 timeouts, 1:50 left at the 20-yard line. Let's see what EJ Manuel can do. Drop back to pass. EJ Manuel looking, fires. Looked like he was above the line of scrimmage, but he has Amari Cooper. Cooper at the 30, the 25, 20, 15. There's a flag on the field, 10-5. And gets tackled by TJ McDonald at around the 1-yard line. There was a flag on the field. And they'll call EJ Manuel for an illegal forward pass. The ball would be at the 3, but since EJ Manuel made that read, as you see, Jack Del Rio is furious on the sidelines trying to plead for his quarterback's case, but Adam Gase will accept. So 2nd and 14, a drop by Jalen Richard. And although EJ Manuel hasn't been playing great today, he's made some really good throws that have been dropped by his receivers. I think that is the 4th on the night. 3rd and 14, 2 timeouts, 1:36 remaining for EJ Manuel. Drawing back to pass, the Dolphins are sending 4. He's got some time as Cam Wake gets blocked. EJ Manuel fires out of bounds to Jalen Richard. So it looks like there's going to be one last ditch effort for the Oakland Raiders to make something work. It'll be a 4th and 14, but they get the conversion. I did that wrong. 2nd and 10 now at the 48-yard line. Manuel, job back to pass. He's looking, fires that one. Picked off by TJ McDonald. And TJ McDonald gets tackled. But the game ender from TJ McDonald forced 2 fumbles and got a one-handed interception to end the game. Welcome back, TJ McDonald. Look at that interception. Running on the flats there, and was it 2 or 1? It was 2 hands, but god damn, what a catch. As not Garoppolo, but Brad Kaya will come out and kneel the ball, and the Miami Dolphins will improve on the season and continue their winning ways as they win 32-24. A very exciting, but a lot of turnovers tonight. Very exciting game, as the Miami Dolphins were able to pull off the victory. Only 3 points scored by either team in the 4th quarter. It was a defensive bout, but also the offense is able to make things work. For the Oakland Raiders, they allowed 2 defensive touchdowns. The Dolphins allowed a big run to Jalen Richard. But besides that, I mean, for the Oakland Raiders, they could have had this game in the bag. It was turnovers galore, 3 picks thrown the way of the Dolphins, but 6 takeaways on the night, 9 in total combined for both teams. Just sloppy play, but a good win. And Jimmy Garoppolo is telling the Miami Dolphins that he will test free agency this offseason. They want to try to secure him in case Tannehill gets injured again next season. Trying to offer him a good contract, a little below what he wanted. But Jimmy Garoppolo will say, nah, I'm good. I will test free agency. I will see you guys next time. Let me know what you guys think about the new way of me editing these videos and talking about them. If you have anything to say, please leave it down in the comments below. Make sure you guys check out the previous episode and my latest upload, as well as looking down below in the description for my Twitch and my Twitter. I will see you guys next time. And as always, good night.